All right. When it comes to beekeeping and honey production, it is also important that we understand the business aspects of the industry. It's like you're able to produce a product, but then not market it. That's not good. Luckily for us, we have here with us a young entrepreneur, Mr. Theophilus.
Achido.
Mr. Theophilus Achido. Forgive me with the surname, but yeah, he is also into beekeeping. And for how many years have you been doing this?
3 years.
3 years.
Three
Okay.
years. 3 years.
So what I'm going to be doing is having a bit of an interaction with Mr. Theophilus, and we're going to find out the ins and outs of what he's been doing regarding beekeeping and honey production. Mr. Theophilus, welcome on board.
Thank you.
What got you into this industry of beekeeping and, of course, honey production and the rest?
As a young boy growing up, I have something in mind of becoming an entrepreneur one day.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. But before you can become an entrepreneur, you have to get something doing or get some idea. Then before you can get into the entrepreneur world.
Okay.
And then I look around and I found my father was a hive maker. Was not actually into commercial beekeeping, was a hive maker. And then put some 2 or 3 hives in a reserve area.
Okay.
So which time to time we go there and then help him harvest.
Nice.
So with all those ideas, then I said, then I'm also a student. I don't have to complete school then be sitting there waiting for the government to employ me. Yeah. So I decided to just enter into beekeeping, and then I start acquiring land from my mother, then get extra land somewhere. Then beginning wasn't easy. So just with that idea and serving people with the right honey, because I had a lot of complaints, this honey is fake, this honey is not good. So I just want to serve people with the right honey. So I know some people use it for health benefit, get health benefit from it, and then some for medication and other stuff.
Okay.
So that is what made me enter into beekeeping.
Okay. Okay, so this is one for maybe other young men out there who possibly might be looking at getting into beekeeping. In your view, so far, you've been doing this for how long?
3 years.
3 years. Do you think the prospects it makes it is it worthwhile as a venture?
Yeah, it's a very good side of entrepreneur. It's a very good business. Every young guy can just enter.
Okay.
Although it's not easy, but as time goes on, the only problem you'll be facing is getting the land. Is a problem. But if you have the land, you have a area, especially for if you have a mango plantation land or any kind of land, or if your mother has any kind of cashew land, anything, cocoa, anything there, you can start doing beekeeping. And I think it's helped a lot, because it has helped me a lot in my university.
Okay.
Yeah, during my university period.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I have been told that beekeeping is labor intensive. It can be challenging.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm wrong in that, but what I want to find out, and I guess what possibly our viewers are also interested in, is regarding the challenges from your point of view, or your journey in this industry and setting up hives and getting into honey production. What have been some of your key challenges?
The first mistake I made was I started the beekeeping without looking for customers or people I'll sell the honey to. And then the second mistake I made was I thought it was something simple I can just start without anybody's help. But when it gets to the time of harvesting, that is where I realized it's not a simple thing. You have to get somebody on board to help you.
Yeah.
So I think that was the only challenges, and getting people to train you to is one of the challenges you'll be facing. Because I face a lot of people lie to me, then take money from me which I thought they were teaching me the good thing, not knowing they were benefiting from my struggle.
Without giving you something in return.
Yeah, without giving me something in return.
I see.
So I think that are the problems I face.
Okay. All right. Okay. Earlier on in this episode, I was speaking to a colleague of mine, Mr. Richard, and surprisingly, he's also called Edu, just like you. He made mention of, I think in his view, the most common types of hives we are going to find in Ghana are the salt pond variety or the salt pond type. Is that what you are using in your...
Nah, but for the area in which I am doing mine, the common hives we find there is the Kenya top bar hive.
Okay, then I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That is the Kenya top bar hive. Everybody use at the area there.
The Kenyan top bar hive. Okay.
So with that one, I know people prefer this with the idea of this one you get more honey than the Kenya top bar. Yeah. But me too, I see it not to be that way.
Okay.
I know that when the box is full,
yes,
you know that the box is full, then you have to, there's time for harvest, you go and harvest it. So if all the box have the same shape and all have different shape, maybe one may be full and early than the others. So I don't think the box determine whether you will get a lot of honey. So me, I use the Kenya top bar hive. Okay.
So guys, we'll make sure to either drop a link or put in some footage to let you guys know what the Kenyan top bar hive looks like in relation to the salt pond variety or type that Mr. Richard Edu spoke about earlier on. Okay, Mr. Theophilus. So that means, in your view, the Kenyan top bar type has no real advantages over the salt pond hive variety.
Yeah.
The relatively, it just depends on
the area.
Okay.
In which,
I see. Okay. Now let's just look at a scenario. Supposing I wanted to get into beekeeping and of course the products, end products from beekeeping. What is the duration? How long does it take for a hive to properly set up, and then can we say mature enough to start reaping some rewards?
But for that, it depends on the time the bees will get into the box.
Okay.
That is one factor.
Yes.
And aside that factor too, it depends on the kind of the location, the kind of the climate condition in the location in which you are going to set up the hive. Okay,
if I can just jump in there. When you say the climate location, what are we really looking at? Is it a very humid area, a place with a lot of rainfall? What works?
Yeah. Sometimes the place it depends. And then it depends on the rainfall, and then it depends on the kind of plantation around.
Okay.
For mine, I do mine in the cashew plantation.
Cashew plantation.
So with the cashew plantation, it's about 4 to 5 acres of cashew plantation. And then in that area, a lot of people have cashew plantation for there.
Okay.
So you think, I can see with that one, the access to pollen from plant is easy for the bee to get access to it and then start doing the bees. And we have a river stream around the area. So water too is easy.
Water, very important.
So with that, I think one thing I notice is like the first year of your harvesting, the moment you see the bees are into the hive, I think if your box is big like mine there, I think you should wait for maybe a year before you harvest.
Okay.
I think that one helps a lot.
Okay.
Because if you go mine to the box and the bees come inside the box and within some 6 months, you just go and harvest and it be like they are not okay with the environment. So I think it should be 1 year. After 1 year, then you start doing it. 6 months period. I think that one is.
That's great. That's great. Okay. Regarding your hives, I'm just curious. I'm looking at size now. Compared to this hive, you said you are using a much bigger hive. Are we saying it's twice the size? What are we looking at in terms of?
It's not twice the size, but it's
Just
a little bit longer bigger than this one.
Okay, I see. Okay, that's great. That's great. And then, of course, I think one of the favorite bits now, we are looking at the products. You have 2 bottles here. Can I say 2 samples of honey?
Yeah, 2 samples.
And let me see. This is saying what? Organic honey, and this is
500
500 ml. Okay, and it's but I think you did make mention of a cashew. Does that have any effect? Are we looking at different products here? I think these are different. Can you please?
A different product.
Yes.
This one is a honey made from cashew.
From cashew
environment.
Okay, so
with that type of honey, that one is thicker.
Okay.
It's more thicker, and then it tastes sweeter.
Okay.
You don't have any bitterness after tasting it.
With the cashew.
Okay. And you can't just look at honey and just say this honey is fake, this is original. We have a way of testing it. So you can test this one. This one is from cashew.
From cashew, okay.
And this one is from forest.
Okay.
That is a place where the plantations are not plenty. The availability of water is more.
Okay.
So everything they do there, they get too much more water than the others. But with the cashew owner there, since the cashew plantation is big, it's a big land, and then people plant it in a large quantity. So with that one, for the animals getting only nectar, it's easy.
Okay.
Okay. Only the nectar and the
okay. So that's good. So just to clarify some things for our viewers, I think when you make mention of this is from a cashew, from cashew trees. What then you're saying is that the bees leave the hive, go to the cashew tree, and it's the nectar from the flowers of the cashew plants. That is what they extract. So that makes the difference. So guys, his products are based on what? Cashew and then forest type. Okay. Mr. Theophilus, wonderful talking to you. I think the last thing we're gonna possibly get from you, of course, I think let's talk about branding. If people are interested in your products, how do they get in touch with you?
That was why I tell you, that was the first mistake I made earlier.
Okay.
But right now, I just have some few trusted customers in which I supply my honey to them on the timely basis.
Okay.
So all the time I have some of the honey available, and sometimes to like your design and label and everything, you should match the honey.
Okay.
That is why I know people going for. We have common bottles on market. You see people bottling it. You don't know where the honey is from. You just buy it and you just go and use it. But with this one, it's labeled, everything, my number and everything is on it.
Okay.
And after giving it to the customer, I just sometimes, if I have the person's number, I call the person and ask the person, how do you see about my products? And the person say, oh, it's nice. I didn't start just once putting them in bottle. It was in normal bottle. And I asked the customers, how are you cool? Are you cool with the product? They say, nah, if you could advance the bottle, then put proper label, then I started doing it. So I think the customers are the right people we can ask so that they will give us advice about your packaging. You see their interest, you see what they are looking for, or you see what will let them buy your honey than buying honey from other people.
Okay.
So that is what I've been using, and that is the strategy I've been using. So I've been getting orders from all parts of Ghana, which I do delivery nationwide. Some people buy them in bulk, and some people have been buying them in monthly, which I supply to them all the time.
Nice.
So, but beginning, I know beginning is not easy, but with time, I was able to cope with it, and now I can say I'm happy being a beekeeper.
Okay. That's wonderful. So I think what we'll also do is we're going to put your contact details, at the bottom of course, our video footage. And guys, please, if you're out there, you need any honey products, there'll be a number for you to call. Get in touch. And Mr. Theophilus, I think, can guarantee you a wonderful customer service package, which keep you guys thrilled and coming back for more. Mr. Theophilus,
and if anybody to wish to start. And the person don't have any help from anywhere, and the person can just contact and you see how we can help the person.
There you go.
To start beekeeping, and it's a very profitable business, and then we can't supply, we don't have enough honey to supply a lot of customers
Mm-hmm.
because people don't actually go into beekeeping. So
Okay, so we need
with
more.
that, we need more
Nice.
people to move into it so that we can supply everybody and everybody will be okay.
Okay. Wonderful. It's been great talking to you, Mr. Theophilus. And guys, you've heard it from the man himself. You know, if you are out there looking for employment and you have something that can help you with a starter pack, about 1,000 CDs, you can look into beekeeping. It is a viable venture according to Mr. Theophilus, and it is worthwhile. Mr. Theophilus, thanks so much for talking to us, and I hope we get to talk with you sometime. We are going to be running more episodes on beekeeping, so it's not just this, and I'm quite sure we'll get to see and interact with you on another episode. Thank you once again.
Thank you.